Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the season 1, episode 20 of Bridging Beliefs podcast. I'm Sam Mesh. I'm your host, and today we're gonna be talking about kind of like how things have been lately for me in my walk with Christ. Um, as y'all know, we're getting closer and closer to season 2, and I'm excited to tell y'all that hopefully within the next 2 weeks we're gonna start our first episode. And so as we go throughout this podcast, I would just like y'all to all remember that God's with us through everything we go through and through everything we've endured. I know we've shared stories on here. We've shared stories. We've laughed. We've had an amazing time for season 1, and I'm truly grateful for everyone who has, first of all, visited us here in the studio and who have also been guests on the show. Thank you all for everybody who has helped along the way, and I'm just super excited for what's to come. Right now we have a couple of things in the works, and so but before I get to that, that'll be a little towards the end of the stream, towards the end of the podcast. I think right now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna kind of just roll into a little bit of how life has been, how my walk with Jesus has been so far. Uh, Mainly within the past 2 weeks, I've changed a lot how I go about things and what I'm doing. Um, for those of you who are wondering, I'm having a pretty good week, pretty decent week. And Okay, let's jump off into it, shall we? So the first thing I would like to say is my walk lately has been actually, without being in the past 2 weeks. Let's go a little bit back further than that. Let's go 3 weeks. It's been okay. It hasn't been the best. It's been okay at best. And so it's been kind of stagnant, as I would put it. I think last week y'all heard me talk about it with Kyle. It was just really stagnant, and it felt very just kind of like, as I use that train expression. If some of y'all remember that, I'm like in a place, but I don't know where I'm at, and I kind of need God as like my map to know where I'm at and what I'm doing. So, um, lately I've been praying a lot about my stagnicity and a lot about that. And so lately I've been feeling, for pretty much upbeat and pretty much ready to go for a lot of things. Sadly, this morning was not one of them, unfortunately. But it's okay though. We're still here, and we're still going to talk, and I'm gonna hopefully give y'all some fruitfulness, so that way y'all can have a better day than my morning started off. Shall we? Um, so a lot has to do with me getting back into the Word, with how my faith is going right now. I've recently started reading. Let's see, what did I start with? The Psalms, and so now I'm gonna try and move back into Matthew because I still need to finish that. It's an unfinished series, I guess you could say, and so I'm really excited to dive back into the Word and dive back into basically my prayer life as well. Has also been very uplifted by this. I've been praying a lot more and been really just kind of giving God the will, I guess is the best way to say it. And it's been amazing to see. It's been amazing to see the amount of impact I've been able to have on some of my friends, especially. Um, like I was at Thursday nights, which, if y'all don't know, that's when I go to Highway, and Highway is a very important thing to me. I go to it every Thursday. I love it there, and I love the people there. Every Thursday we talk. They have like a set thing that they're gonna talk about that day. So I think that day was like thanks or loving how to love or something like that. I don't know. It was something about like how to love in your faith or something like that. Um, and basically my answer to the whole thing was Jesus takes us on insane journeys, as I would like to say. And I am very well known for the fact that I love everybody, and I love what I do, and I love the people around me. It's something that a lot of my friends know very well. Um, I love people, and I love seeing them smile. When it comes to when it comes to that, it's very important to realize that sometimes, you know, it may not be just you working on that person. You have to realize that God is also working on that person. And so you can't give every. So, like, there are people who are sad and just depressed and, like, not having a good day. What you have to realize is you may be working on that person, but you're not going to be the main influence in their life. It's always going to be God with them who's going to be influencing them the most. Because God may not want people to do drugs. God may not want that to happen. But again, He gives us the choice, right? He gives us the freedom of choice. And so we have to choose which one we want to do. And so when we don't choose to follow God, instead we choose to do drugs or do bad things and do have addictions and have all this other kind of stuff, it's usually your flesh making the decision, not God. See, when God makes the decision, instead of your fulfillment being in drugs, addictions, and everything else, your fulfillment is more in loving other people, giving back to other people, seeing people smile, seeing people just have a good day. That's what it means to choose the walk and the path of God. And that was generally my answer that Thursday. Just kind of like the general answer was basically, when you choose the path of God, there's so much more love in your life and so much more happiness and grace and joy in your life than if you were to choose your flesh. Now, see, these decisions you pretty much make every day to either go with your flesh or go with God. Now, some days you're going to choose to be with your flesh. And I'm going to be real. That's one that I pretty much almost did this morning. I almost made that exact choice because I was very much not in a good mood and a very angry mood. And I may have said some things that may have hurt, but luckily I have the choice always to go back to God. And that is something that I've recently started to really kind of hone in on, because it's something that we all struggle with. We all struggle with having a bad day and stuff. Now, my mom's encouragement words to me were to keep pushing on and keep doing the podcast. Of course, I'm going to do the podcast. Not saying that I wouldn't. I would not never stop, because I'm going to not stop. Trust me on that. But something that's important is I was mad at the time, and not for any particular reason. I was just, for some reason, woke up on the wrong side of the bed. All right, I'd be honest. I just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And so I didn't feel exactly exuberant to do an episode today. But what my mom made me realize is that we all push through those things. Now, today I'm here to tell y'all that it's not just about what we want, it's also about what God wants. So many times in our life, we try to walk this road, this life, just solely based on the fact that we want things in life. And when we get those things, what's funny to me is it never feels like it fulfills us. So, like, per se, I wanted to get these mics, right? These little guys that's on my mic right now for, a little extra recording, just to make sure it's picking up my voice good and well. What's funny about that is the fact that people think when they get these things that it's going to fulfill them, but then they're going to just want more and more and more. And at some point you have to ask yourself, when does it stop? When do you get to a place to where you're complacent and to where you no longer have to worry about keep wanting more? And That's the funny part, guys. That's what I've been trying to tell you this whole season 1. It's God. That's the simple choice you have to make in order for you to not feel like there's that burning hole inside of you. Like there's a that like your heart is broken in two. Guess what God does? He's the great healer, the great redeemer. He's going to heal your heart back together. That's what you don't understand. He's going to make that hole filled in again because he is the one who's going to fulfill you, not worldly, fleshly things. Let me just let you sit on that for a second. Let me just let you sit on that for just a couple more seconds. Hold on. So, let me kind of just reiterate something for y'all. This whole season 1 has been about interviewing people and interviewing their faiths. And I loved doing that. Don't get me wrong. But season 2, I'm going to dig holes into y'all. And I'm going to show y'all what it really means to follow the word of the Lord. And that's what I want to do. That's why I want to do my best to keep up with my Bible study, keep up with my prayer life right now. Because although I may not feel good in the morning sometimes, I've got a message to deliver, and that message may not be so kind. So what I'm going to put it to you all this way: iron sharpens iron, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to be iron, and God's going to be iron, and we're going to sharpen our tools, and we're going to use them to show y'all what it's really like. So, get ready, y'all. Season 2's coming, and it's going to be amazing, and we're going to have an amazing time. We're gonna break down some unspoken truths about the gospel and what it really means to walk in your faith, and we're gonna break down pretty much everything there is in that Bible. I swear, but on everything, we are going to tell you what it's really like to follow him. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. Let me just It's gonna be raw. What? That's wild. I don't think you can say that. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty raw. We're gonna hit you where it's hard, where it's cold. Sorry, I'm acting like this is an Instagram reel live. I cannot act like that. This is a YouTube live. I gotta act more professional. I'm so sorry. So a lot has happened. As you can tell, within the past couple of days, we've been getting ready, and today is the first working day of hopefully what is to be an amazing. I'm gonna say it here on the podcast, so y'all know what it is, but I'm not gonna explain the details or anything. What is hopefully going to be an amazing trailer for season 2, and it's going to be really cool. Hopefully, we pray. Uh, if y'all see some random video come out, I'm joking. It's not gonna be random because y'all are gonna get so much hype about it. It's gonna be insane. I've got artwork already cooked up and ready for releases. I think when are we releasing that? Monday. So that to say that we've started. We're gonna be off. Now, yes, I get it. Oh my gosh, we're taking a break. I'm gonna be off for 2 weeks. Okay, I'm just gonna. It has to be done to get the stuff correct, get the stuff ready, and then we're gonna come back hitting you hard. We're gonna come swinging a miss, wrecking ball and chain. Okay, it's not gonna be funny. It's going to be glorious and real, raw. But anyways, I would just let's see, how much time do I have left? Oh my gosh, I have so much time. I don't know how to fill up this time. You want to get a mic real quick? Hold the thing till the blue light starts. Okay. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna give my mom a mic because I've kind of ran out of notes. Stuff like this happens, but I'm not. Again, as I said this morning, I was not in a good mood and I wasn't prepared to do a podcast today. I'd be honest. I'm being honest with y'all. Can you flip it around? Let me see. Yep, you're good. You can.
Yeah, that's okay though. That's okay. You were only human. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the human part of you.
So
But what brought you right here was the Bible study.
was unfortunately Mom.
No, it was the Bible study, not me. You could have just got mad at me and stomped off.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Um. So, as a spectator, for season 1, how did you feel it went this season? Be honest. Give us your honest truth. And if it's bad, if it's good, if it's not okay, if it's not right, tell us.
Well, just in a general overview. I'm sorry. My mom, I get a little emotional sometimes.
See, this is why we don't give her a mic. I'm joking. I'm kidding.
No, in my prayer life, the past 2 or 3 days, I've literally been reflecting on the fact that your podcast has leveled me up in my faith, leveled me up in my studying, my Bible studying, leveled me up in in
Yo.
in different
Yo,
places.
yo.
Huh?
Mhm.
So I think it's good. Wow, was a shocker at the senior breakfast. A couple of parents came up to me and said, "Hey, I've watched Sam's podcast a couple of times.
What'd they
Really
say?
neat,
Did they say
really neat."
anything?
And they smiled really big. I love that. They didn't have to say anything because I didn't know them that well, so they didn't even
Who
have
were the
to.
parents? Do we know?
Yeah,
What
I'm
children?
not. I'm not.
Oh, you
I'm
can't.
not.
Don't
Yeah,
divulge that on here.
yeah,
Never mind.
yeah. No, that's
Forget we said that.
it's just best not to mention names. And then for one thing, because what if they rely on that as a little bit of a help to them to guide their person, their teenager, and they might get a little bit like, well, you're just turning to that, so you just leave it all out of there. Just it's a good thing, you know.
I wanted to hear the audio for myself, so give me a
Okay.
second.
But so that
I'm still
was
listening.
pretty impressive, and it made me feel good. Somebody's here.
And ready for releases, I think. Did someone just knock on the door? Dude, nah, get this mic right now. Come here. Get this mic right now. What are you doing? What? No way. No way. No. That's crazy. That's wild. Zoom it out. Zoom it out. Zoom it out. Hurry. Yep. Dude, what? I didn't even see your text. You said I'm super sorry and then just showed up at the door.
Yeah, I felt bad. I slept in and I forgot about
Oh.
the podcast
Had a
this
little
week.
bit of a talk about that here, just so your knees.
I
Your
no,
knees are
his
glowing.
knees aren't gonna show well.
They're glowing.
Never mind. Yeah, 'cause I. Well, anyway, surprise guest is crazy. Co-host is back. I didn't even know that bro was coming. I thought bro had said he's not gonna be able to make it.
See how
Forgot.
God works?
Yeah,
Did God nudge at you and say, "Get your butt over there"?
He did. I woke
that's
up at
crazy.
like 9:30, and I'm like shoot up, and I like am scrolling through my phone. I'm like, podcast. I text Sam. I'm like, I'm super sorry. And I lay there for a second. I'm like, I could make it.
You could make it 'cause
So I
we still
shoot up
have
out of
a
bed, I call my
we
mom,
still have a
I'm
good
like,
30, 40 minutes, bro.
Nice, dude.
The fact that you made it within that time is kind of wild.
Nice. I
Did you
accelerated-
speed?
No, I just accelerated really quickly.
I
Then I got stuck. With
didn't speed. I just accelerated extremely quickly.
Really quickly.
Exactly. I may need to go fill up after this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was on a quarter of a tank. I think when I got here, I was on half a tank.
That's a yikes.
Just destroyed it.
But
Nice.
anyways, so as we were talking
God
about,
had you prepared 2 microphones for a reason.
okay, so
I love how God.
How long can you stay?
I can't
Now
stay
that's
for
a good
super long,
question.
so I mean, I guess like
How
11:30ish.
11:30ish. I'm gonna have to get on the phone real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna have to get on the phone real quick.
No, no, you
I
got a
have to.
podcast.
I've got to call this guy.
Want me to call in?
Yeah. No. Here. Look. Look. You call Landon. Just tell him he's gonna be on air for like 2 seconds. I am sorry, podcast. I am so sorry.
You want me to tell
Just give me like
Landon he's
2
gonna be on
seconds.
Give me.
No, he's not gonna be on air, but like
there? Tell
the
Landon.
mics might pick him up.
Okay.
Could I
I'll call
Hold on. Give me like 2 seconds.
him. I got it.
Hold on. I got it right here. Hold on.
Oh, 'cause I have his number.
Stop. Pick up.
We were just okay, we're gonna continue to talk.
I want
We
to
were
hear this
just-
story. So
yeah.
you can get the microphone.
I don't want to be in here. Okay. We were just talking about how Sam was struggling with getting on the podcast. And I was telling him, you just need to go forward. Not every day we're having a good day. And he said he just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He was kind of aggravated and kind of mad and not sure
Yes,
why.
ma'am.
I said, you just got to put one foot forward and do it. We do it all the time when we go to work, when we go to
Hey,
school,
Landon.
when we go to church. Sometimes we just don't want to be there, but we do it.
Landon, is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
So I was telling him,
Got a
let's
question.
go forward. Let's do it.
All right, what's the question?
And then he
When can you get
prepared
here?
two mics, and then he quickly prepared me, and then you walked up. Tell me God doesn't work amazing.
Do you not remember?
But we were
Did
talking
it
about
completely slip your
the,
mind?
This will be the final episode for season 1. Kind of recapping everybody.
Okay,
Final
but I
episode
have
of
a
season 1,
question.
and he's trying to
Could you
lead
be here
everybody
for
up to,
maybe,
what his
like,
life
if I come and
was,
pick you
how
up,
much
could
he
you be here for
struggled,
30 minutes
and
to an
how he
hour?
plans on diving deep in season 2, getting really, really like it's gonna hurt sometimes, you know, about the Bible study and what he wants to do at season 2.
Yeah, that's fine.
So,
Just don't
and
worry.
be
Just don't worry
off
about
for a
getting
couple
picked up. I'll
weeks
pick you
while
up.
preparing with the trailer and stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
So
That's
you
awesome.
might want to talk about,
Okay, look, I'm
Your-
not trying.
you know, the
look, I'm
part that's
sorry
hard
that,
with
like,
God. Why don't you talk about that a little bit?
Sure,
while he
absolutely.
finishes
I'm not trying.
Since we're gonna
Ooh,
kinda lead
I'm getting put on the spot right now. I'm not even prepared or anything. I just woke up.
All right, that's cool. Never mind. All right then, Lennon.
I'll tell
All
you
right.
about that.
Okay.
So this morning I
I'll
woke up.
I'll see you later then. All right, bye.
This morning I woke up and
Never
this
mind, he's
morning
not
I
coming.
woke up and I started scrolling on my phone, scrolling through YouTube like I usually do, and then I was like, then I come across this notification in my phone. It says Bridging Beliefs podcast started 4 minutes ago, and I was like, oh shoot, I gotta get up. So I tune in, make sure I'm not late, make sure like nothing crazy is happening. Like I can't be there right now, and
checked in with mom and all that.
yes, ma'am. As I was leaving, I called my mom, or as I was like getting ready to go, I called my mom. I was like, hey, can I go to Bible study, or can I go to Sam's house to do the podcast? And she's like, yes, go. Just don't stay there all day. It's like, yes, ma'am. Sounds good. So I throw on my clothes and I like haul it.
Bro got here in top tier time. That's crazy.
It's just amazing.
How did bro get here so quickly?
I promise.
Don't
it's
you
not
live
speed.
in don't you live in what's it called?
I'm still in Moss Bluff. They're actually working on the land right now. But I could go like 5 over in Ragley.
That's true. That's true. But yeah, so what's crazy was anyways.
Anyways,
So basically he is not coming,
let's
chat.
just take this off.
Which is a bit unfortunate. But it's whatever and it's fine.
I think we had to talk about that a little bit.
No.
Be true to self.
I actually would like to talk about that for a second. I don't like what she said. I have to rely on myself. Listen, I rely on myself every single day of the week. I don't want to keep having to rely on just me for everything I do. Like for this trailer, I can't rely on myself because it physically cannot be done, just me. It's got to be at least 2 or 3 more people. Now, I'm grateful that you were able to make it, by the way, which is amazing.
Thank you.
Only reason why I asked you if you could stay is because I'm gonna see if you'd if you mind helping me do a little storyboarding before you leave
Absolutely.
for the trailer. But anyways, um, yeah, it's kind of been crazy what God's been able to do simply just through this season 1 and everything. So I know you've seen a couple of the videos, or you've watched through a little bit of
Hold on.
season 1.
I was trying to make sure they can hear me.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't know which one it is. Is it guest?
Guest Road.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, they can hear you.
Cool.
So yeah, basically, I know you've watched through a couple of videos, and so how did you feel season 1 has gone, and are you excited for season 2?
I felt like season 1 has gone really well. I've been very lucky to be a part of
I
season
love-
1, the end of season 1, and I just feel like season 2 is going to be so much better.
We've got so much. I've got so much planned, and I gotta let him know about the plans. But hopefully he'll be able to make more than what he said he can. But if he doesn't, then it's whatever.
So, home games I can make the mornings.
In the
but
mornings.
It depends on away games. So
Away
it's
games, I
just
see.
the next 2 months, and then after that, I should be good.
Alright. 'Cause
But I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah. What's insane though is seeing the way God has worked through this podcast. Because I know for a fact I've had people come up to me and be like, "Hey, I've watched the podcast," or they just know me as the podcast guy or the guy who does a lot of biblical stuff. That does with the gospel, preaching and all that. And they're just like, "Hey, can I pray for you, or can I pray with you?" And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. And so what's amazing to me is that has happened so many times that I'm truly grateful of all the stories I've heard, especially being able to sit down with a lot of teachers and teachers of students and just people of knowledge and people that I know of who I wouldn't usually talk to and wouldn't usually get the stories out of them that I've heard. It's been amazing. I'm super excited for you to have sort of the same thing, though it might be formatted a bit different.
Yeah.
But you're going to definitely get some of the same experiences while being here. You're going to get to know a lot of people's stories, which is going to be really interesting to see how that helps you out in your own faith and how that like kind of helps us out as a team.
Yeah.
'Cause yeah. But something's also been on my mind a little bit. Recently as I said, I just got back into a little bit of my more biblical and prayer life. So what about you? How's your been? You been good? Been going strong?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Been just rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling. Yes, sir.
I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Say mute it.
I don't really know.
Hello. Test 1, 2.
No, he's asking how to mute it.
What's happened? Hello. Oh, no, I didn't do anything.
No, that probably
Alright.
raised something on the one memento. Bro's gotta go take a. Are you taking a break? In there, I don't know. Anyways, so as I've said, we've got a lot of new things coming, and I keep saying that. Jeez. Okay.
What's some ideas? Give us list a couple of them.
For right now, we do have the idea of the trailer, as we've all heard and we're all ready for. I've said it enough, and I think y'all are just ready for me to get it done, which is fair. Fair assumption to have. But also, we've got the, of course, idea of we're going to have at least, I'm going to try and get a live band here, at least for for the kickoff or something like that, and we're gonna have a live band and they're gonna play before our episode. So hopefully we can do that if we can. I will have to see, because right now I don't believe we have the technology to do so, but that's different. That's nothing y'all have to worry about. That's something I have to worry about. Anyways, um, yeah, and then other than that, I've got pretty much a big platform difference, like a sorry, not a platform difference, but like a the way everything is supposed to be done. So you know how all of these episodes are very drawn out and very like you can tell that it's made in a way of like an interview kind of thing. Well, the way the season 2 is going to be formatted is so much more like, I guess, ADHD but on steroids. So basically for every 30 minutes we're going to have a different sector and a different section of what we're talking about, or slash a different thing entirely. And that'll come more into play once I get the ideas fully formed. I don't have that completely formed. I've just started writing all this down on paper, so we will see about exactly what that idea looks like and exactly how that looks like. But anyways, I think we're at 10:07. What time do we want to go to?
But let your co-host talk a little bit about where he's been at his Bible lately.
Yeah, where have you been at? How's that been? You want to talk to me more about it? You know?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's been going good.
Last couple of weeks, what's your focus?
Jeez, it's like
So
right at my toes.
I don't know, just
What book have you read of the Bible that's just kind of stands out a little?
I've been reading. I think Matthew. It's in my. 1 second. I'm looking on the Bible app to see where I've been at, because I completely just forgot. Like I said, I just woke up a couple minutes ago and I was like climbing out of bed. History. Matthew 3. I read Matthew 3 yesterday.
How was that?
It was really good. I don't really have anything in my mind. I just am in awe of God and just how awesome He is, and how messed up our world is, and He still loves us. Even when we mess up, it's incredible to me, and I'm always in awe of God. And then I have my own stress. I have my own anxiety. I'm not gonna say I don't, but it's helped me trust in Him more, and it's really awesome.
So what's really cool about that is just how much I see that as well in like other people's lives. I've talked to so many people, and they all say how much, the fact that they can mess up, do something wrong, but at the end of the day, when they bring it back to God, they just get a sense of peace and a sense of joy. And I feel like giving that sense of peace, joy, and happiness is kind of like God letting you know He's there for you and He knows what you're going through and He's gonna fix it, but it's gonna be on His time, not yours.
Yeah.
You know?
And sometimes it just takes
Yeah.
it takes you as well. You can't just sit back and if you're
100%.
lying, if that's your problem, you just lie all the time. You can't expect God to fix that on His own. He will, He can absolutely, but it takes your part as well. It definitely takes some effort to get that stuff done. So
You can't just completely bank off the fact that this guy's just gonna magically whoo,
exactly. You
like
can't.
you're not gonna be throwing hands up at the end of the day and being like, oh shoot, I can't lie anymore.
Yeah, facts.
It's not possible for me.
And I'm not saying that once and one if I'm trying to think of how to
This
put
is a
this.
not really flattering camera position, but it's all right.
Trying to think of how to put this. Basically, even when God helps you with your lying problem, it's not gonna stop you from lying completely unless God's just like, no, like you're still gonna need to put in that work, put in that grind, and don't lie. Like, sure, everyone's gonna slip up, but don't expect like
At work.
exactly. Don't expect it to
It's not going to be free.
just work.
Yeah. You have to do the work to get the.
Exactly.
Dude.
So
So yeah.
What about like school cheating? Cheating on a test. Oh gosh, that's sometimes
Yeah.
like, man, I just can't remember this one thing.
You know, we give her a mic, and then I take away the mic, and now she likes to speak. I'm kidding.
we have 3 mics.
Yeah.
We're talking.
I guess you can have mine.
We gotta host. I mean, we gotta
Just have mom.
This is my like backup mic if this one fails,
Goes out.
or if that one
Never
fails, I
goes
still got this.
No, but
Anyways.
like cheating, like at school, I don't want to bring this up, but I have to because subbing I saw, and I just saw kids struggling with those chemistry formulas, and they were writing them on the soles of their shoes and everything in the class before that class, to be able to.
Man, I remember
and
writing little cheat stuff on the back of the eraser.
on the back of the eraser.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
the eraser
here
was
it
where
comes,
it's
the
at.
truth.
wow.
I'm joking. I never did it myself, but
It's
Actually,
okay. I
I'll do
mean,
later.
we're all human.
no, I
that,
didn't. I didn't. I never cheated on a test except for one test, or maybe 2.
I actually
So wait,
don't
then
know.
that's
So where do y'all think that falls in your faith life?
well, scripturally, it's not that bad.
Did
Kidding.
you ask for forgiveness yet? Did you say,
Yes,
"Gosh, I'm so sorry for being weak"?
It's. I think in my defense, it's the same thing as lying, because
I
if
agree.
you actually put in the work and you do the test, the work will show because you're gonna get a good grade, right? I mean, that's just how tests are
There you
supposed to
go.
work.
There you go. It's work.
But I'm not a
again,
good,
just like-
many people aren't good test takers, and so I'm not gonna vouch for them and say they gotta cheat the system. They just gotta do it in a way that's better than cheating. So
Study.
maybe studying in a different way than they usually would, or maybe trying something new to where they can memorize whatever the flip they need to memorize. Like I remember I used to do stuff to where I was like, I would go onto a vocabulary test. I love vocabulary tests. I think I'm the boss at them. Like I'm great at vocabulary tests now. In fact, I was so adamant to one of our see last year see they don't give you vocabulary tests anymore in high school, I don't think, from what I remember.
No, they
but-
do it like in chemistry and stuff. You do.
Yeah, in chemistry.
I mean, I'm just.
But I'm not in chemistry, so
in
I
upper
mean I wouldn't.
biology. Yeah, in upper
In
biology.
English last year, I wanted a vocabulary test so bad because I was like, I would totally be down to do a vocabulary test for just some odd reason. I was like, I can't wait. And I hope they would give me one throughout the year to prove that I'm good at vocabulary tests, but never came.
Now, Braden, that's totally falls into play exactly what you said, doing the work. If you do the work, whether it be school or in your Christian life, and following Christ, then your job gets easier.
Exactly. And sometimes it just takes a matter of like Sam said, sometimes you just learn like people just learn different. So sometimes about it, it's everybody learns different, and some people are visual learners, some people are like put your hands on it and do it learners, right?
Like
me, I'm a physical learner. So
yeah, I
maybe it
do
just
like
takes-
physically learning.
It's definitely hard,
100%.
but like it's just something I've gotten used to. But I mean, there's ways to go about it. Like you could make flashcards, write the flashcards, like have a
I don't know if this is how other people studied, but the way I studied was basically you would just I would get the vocabulary, right? And let's say the vocabulary was phone, right? And the main word in phone that the other vocabularies didn't have in the other in their description was technology. I would just match phone with technology. And it would be so easy for me because I would just be like, oh, technology, phone. Let's see, scripture, Bible, um, speaker, sound. You know,
Mm.
cow, fart. Like, you know.
Cow fart.
No, I'm sorry, but cow, like grass or something. I don't know.
Farm.
Farm. Sorry, what I meant to say was
Dude,
like farm,
that
not
farm.
fart. My fault. Wrong word. I forgot the word farm for a second. I'd be honest.
I swear I thought you said fart.
I did.
Oh. Alright.
Can't hear his mic. Test 1, 2.
Hello? Well, I mean, we're on the wrong one.
Okay.
Yeah, we're on the wrong
Uh,
one,
Okay,
anyways.
there we are. Okay, sorry about
Yeah, they can hear him. Sadly, I'm joking. But
I'll
anyways.
just walk out now.
that. Back to bed.
Wasting my gas. I'm going back to bed.
I'm
That
going
was
back to
gas, that's
bed.
right.
I need my bed. But anyways, okay. Jeez, we've gotten so off topic. This is not a good episode 20. I'm
No,
sorry, guys.
I mean, it is because
really
you're
is.
talking about the work in God, and you're talking about lying, and you're talking about how you had to push through to get yourself here. You had to push through. I mean, y'all.
You
had
know
a
what? I'm about to
great
wrap it.
episode.
I'm about to wrap it into each other. Ready? Ready? Watch this. Watch this. I'm about to cook. Let me cook.
What are you doing?
I was lying to myself this morning
You were how?
because I was lying to myself saying that I just didn't want to do the podcast. See, I want to do the podcast, but you know, you can lie to yourself, be like, hey, I'm not in a good mood, so I'm going to lie to myself. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, we oftentimes don't want to do something because we convince ourselves we don't want to do it. Now, I convinced myself, hey, I don't want to do the podcast today. But that's the thing, I did want to do the podcast thing. So it's like you're like battling with yourself to understand where you're at.
But mentally, you were in a struggle, because you were telling yourself more negative than
Yeah.
you were physically doing because you were just sitting thinking negative thoughts.
Yeah.
Braden was sleeping, doing nothing. He was laying still.
I don't think I was
Until
laying
Bridging
still, I was,
Beliefs
like,
podcast
rolling.
popped up on his phone. Then he started watching, just like you should. Shameless plug.
Exactly.
But anyways, I don't know if there's
Have you ever had that experience? Braden, have you had that experience where you just like talk yourself out of something, basically?
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I used to have that experience a lot. Now,
He loves
I've
talking himself out of everything. I'm joking.
No.
Even this, I'm joking.
Dang.
I'm
Dang.
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay,
Um,
keep going. Keep going.
No, but I used to talk myself out of everything. So I've never had a podcast, but I have talked myself out of multiple things. 'Cause like I've just always been a scaredy cat. I used to be a scaredy cat, scared of everything.
Fear.
I had a lot of fear. But
Was never bad.
eventually I was just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna do it.
Was never.
And I just stopped being scared. I just turned my brain off when I did things. So I was able to do a bunch of different things, like play football in high school, like freshman year. First year playing football, I was playing my freshman year. And I ended up being really good. And it's my third year playing football, and I started my sophomore year. And
Are
like, I
you a
was able to-
junior?
yeah.
Oh,
I'll be
dang.
a junior this year. And heck, I'm even able to bull ride. Like, I was able to bull ride because,
Wow.
like,
Talk about stepping off.
yeah, exactly. Because I just, like, was like, you know what? You only live once, right? So you get missed opportunities. Like, what do you want to tell your kids? Like, my mentality was like, what do I want to tell my kids or someone, like, yeah, I wanted a bull ride, but I didn't because I was scared. Or, yeah, I wanted to play football, but I didn't because I was scared of failure, right? Failure is a fact of life. Failure is not going to, you're not going to escape failure. But so even in football, I've failed many times. Like I have, anyway, like you're not going to escape it, but you can conquer it. When you fail in anything, like if you fall off a bull, right? You messed up on with your grip on your rope. Like you could just be like, all right, there's two ways to go with this. You can either sit here in this arena and quit it all, okay? Or you can think about what you've done, get up, put your big boy pants on, and get on another one. That's how it goes. Like it's like I feel like that it's how it is in life. Like you can fail, you can fall, you can get kicked down. Some days, like heck, the past couple weeks, I felt like I've gotten kicked down more times than I can count. But you know what? I got up, and now I'm doing great. It's just a matter of
He's out here grinding.
exactly, bro. It's
This
just a matter of what you want to do. Do you want to sit there and just rely on other people, or do you want to get up and do it yourself?
Do you think that maybe your Bible reading or your prayer life has strengthened you to overcome all that?
Most definitely, and this is not like this is I couldn't have gotten up by myself. It was God helping me. Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah.
had to put in that work and put in that grind and get up, but I got up with God's help. God helped me get back up, and that's what really strengthened my Bible reading and stuff like that. Was like my Bible reading, my prayer life.
Help you to overcome your failures?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Keep going forward.
It definitely did. It definitely helped me overcome my failures and like just climb that next step, get to that next step. And sometimes you just gotta think. And my mindset was, when I'm on my deathbed, what do I want to say? I had a great life. I don't regret a thing. Or, man, I wish I could have done this. Or, man, I wish I could have done this better. And like that's what it came to. That's what it boiled down to some days, was just, do I want to be laying there and be like, if I would have gotten back up, I would be doing so much better right now. And that's
Perseverance, I guess, is a
Yes,
good
ma'am.
word. Sam dealt with perseverance. You're talking about perseverance. I think that's kind of like what y'all been dealing with. And it's the beginning of the school year again, too.
Yes, ma'am.
Gonna need that perseverance.
Definitely.
Well, as it is 10:24, how are we feeling? So, okay. Just as you said, perseverance is something that's very important. As I know myself, I've had to have a lot of perseverance, especially through the 4 years of high school that I've been through at this point. This is my 4th year, and I'm excited to go, scared to leave. It's kind of like, oh, wait, but which one are you? I'm both at the same time. It's frightening. But anyways, the funny part is I played high school soccer for all 4 years, and this will be my 4th. Of course, I'm going to play my last senior year. Now, what has been important for me is definitely perseverance, because the amount of times I get told, especially actually the day I went back to school this Friday, again, it's been one of the things that have loomed over my head for as much as I've played high school, is the fact that I'm not on varsity as a senior. It's something that people always like to tell me, like, dude, you say you play soccer, but you're not even on the varsity team, and I'm just in there like, man, what do you want me to do about it? I mean, I can work at it. That's what I can do about it, right? You can, as Braden said, you can put on your big boy pants and start working at it, and I have worked at it. It's not that I haven't. It's just that I've kind of realized it's just not. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. It's not meant to happen, you know. And so, that's what I've kind of just learned about that sort of situation. And so these are people who, yes, may say like, oh, like some people just tell me, like I say, oh yeah, I play soccer, and then they're like, do you really play in the games? And I'm like, yes, I do. I play in the JV ones.
And that's what it sometimes. You just gotta ignore those people.
Yeah.
Like you gotta show them kindness, but don't like. Take it.
No, 100%. Don't take it personal.
Exactly.
I
Take it
just
for a
take
grain
it.
of salt.
I just take in the feedback and I say it, and I kind of tell people about it later because it like helps people understand the fact that although all of this has happened, I'm still training, I'm still running that race. That everyone has told me time and time again that I shouldn't be running, and that I should just have quitted, or that I should have just not keep going because simply, the guys over there don't respect you or whatever. It's an ongoing battle with you, the world, your flesh, and God. It's a constant battle, and that's the thing. I've worked at that, and I've worked at it, and I've worked at it, and I'm finally at a place that I've kind of just realized that, if I'm not meant to be on the varsity soccer team, I'm not meant to be on the varsity soccer team. It's nothing personal, nothing too big. At this point, I just care about people respecting me as a person, and respecting my decision to kind of just be like, hey, I'm going to still work at it, but if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. All I know is that I've put in the work and that I have done the work.
Heck yeah.
So, anyways, that has been my life view so far. These last couple of weeks, last 3 weeks. And yeah.
I think it's all about blending your dreams with God's dreams. Like you talked about last week, or maybe the week before, you and Braden were both talking about.
No.
wonderful
It's not blending.
messages.
It's not
Well,
blending.
I mean,
Because
it's what you want to do, flesh, but what God enables you to do. That He's
It's
working with you stronger than what you want.
strictly listening to what He wants for your life. It's not a sort of blending, because you don't get a say in what you do when you follow God.
I mean,
You get the
Really? So
choice.
you don't get a say. I love that.
You don't get a say
Oh,
in what you
man.
do.
yeah.
If this was season 2, I could really get into that one. You don't get a say. That is awesome, because that's hard. Sometimes that's hard.
Yeah.
I think y'all both were finding that hard this morning.
No, because it's not the same thing.
I'll tell you this much. I'll show you how God doesn't have a say in life. No, sorry. I'll show you how I don't have a say in life. God definitely does. But I have always wanted to be a soldier. Okay? I was going to go into war, front lines. I was going to be an infantryman. I was going to go in there and just gun-ho right into the enemy's territory. Okay? Then, as time went on, God slowly changed my perspective, my desire, and that was, a couple months ago. And now I'm here, and I'm doing EMT stuff for Acadian. I'm doing firefighting stuff with Ward 6, and I'm, just rocking and rolling. I can't say this is where God wants me, because, I don't know, He may be just taking me down this path just to show me things. But, and God even changed my thought on life, because before I was disgusted by like needles and stuff like that. I just hated the sight of like a broken bone or blood or anything, and now I'm like, all right, let's go, let's rock and roll. Like I'm not scared, I'm not disgusted by that anymore. It's just like another fact of life, you know.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. That's what I'm so
God has you in that direction.
exactly.
Well.
That's what I'm just so like I keep going back to this, but I'm just so amazed by God. But anyway.
100%. It's certainly been an amazing season 1, and I can't wait to see what's gonna happen on season 2. As we all know, it is now 10:31, so we are going to, unfortunately, break it off today.
When are you going to be off? So give some details.
Anyways, we're gonna be off for about 2 weeks, and if it's any longer than that because of stuff or anything, we will let you know. But for right now, the schedule is staying 2 weeks, and the longest I'll push it is a month, but only up to 3. 3 weeks will be your most likely, but 2 weeks will be your most likely. 3 weeks will be you're kind of like, yeah, we'll add on one more week because this or this happened. But realistically,
So it looks like August
2
31st,
weeks.
possibly back.
August 31st, possible back.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, the beginning of September.
It'd be the 7th of September. Yeah.
7th of September. So write that down in your dates. That is when we are going to start off, and it's going to be a brand new season 2. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all for watching. And thank you to everyone who has supported us throughout this journey. Let's pray out, and let's go get to work. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us here today. Thank you for bringing us, honestly, that last second Braden Mohawk popped in. It was truly something special, and I thank you for that, dear Lord. I thank you for letting that happen today. Thank you for letting my mom, push me to do this today. Thank you for that, dear Mom. Thank you for that, dear Lord. I would just also like to thank you. I've truly had an amazing time with this podcast, and season 1's been amazing. And so I just pray that as much and as how amazing season 1 is, I hope that you make season 2 even better. I hope you touch even more hearts. I hope you cut deep into people and show them the reason why you're the only Savior in our lives, and the one and only God in this universe, and the one and only person who can heal and truly fix things in our lives. Thank you, dear Lord, for all that you're doing through me, and through all that you're doing through these people here today, and through the people who are watching this podcast. Thank you, dear Lord, and in your great name I pray. Amen.